time for today's hits and all-time favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show
on the planet.
Stations are tuned in to
Radio Free Auburn. That's right, Facebook. That is free radio jingles. That's right. Let's not shut it down today, Facebook. Royalty free at Radio Free Auburn intro. It's beautiful, isn't it? Crank it up, baby. All right, enough of that. Good Friday morning, Uncle T-Bone, Wade Bennett, Radio Free Auburn. Live from I-85, baby. We're worldwide on the interweb every Friday in the Comm Source Data Studios, brought to you by our good friends at Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama. Check them out at fairwayautobrokers.com for the best selection of SUVs, trucks, vans, and sedans. You can check them out also at their cousins in Auburn, Airport Motors. They're all on the same website. They're having a summer blitz sale. Specifically, if you've seen these ads up on Lake Martin, but I'm telling you about it too. Right now, it's real simple. Go over to Fairway Auto Brokers. It takes like 2 minutes to fill out your information online. It's simple. I've done it like 500 times. Deal with them all the time. They're awesome over there. And in the comments section, make sure you put Summer Car Blitz, $500 immediately off any internet price. And then also right under it, put Uncle T-Bone sent you. That's like open sesame over there. They just go wild when people do that, when they see those words. And I mean, they lose their minds and almost start giving away cards. Not quite giving them away, but you're going to feel like that you're a winner chicken dinner every time you go over there and tell them Uncle T-Bone sent you. You might get one of these really buck Fairway Auto Brokers hats too. That's a Richardson 112. They're hard to get these days. Just like about anything else, it seems like. Well, it's been a minute since we've been in. I believe we got in right before the Masters. We like to get in about once a month, once every 2 months, leading up to July 4th. And then after the 4th, when SEC Media Days kicks in, it's really the start of college football. And that just kind of kicks things off, and we're football aficionados here. And that's what this show's mainly all about. But we like to get in the off season and talk a little bit about other things going on. It's a huge, huge weekend on the Plains. Auburn baseball will be hosting their good friends from Tuscaloosa, the Tide, tonight, starting tonight over at Plainsman Park. Number 20 Auburn baseball's been on a roll this season, pretty good. That's a very solid baseball team that a lot of people picked to not do a whole lot this year. They're probably heading to postseason play. Auburn baseball hosting Alabama all weekend. That'll be huge. I believe that they're going to have fireworks there tonight after the game. There'll probably be some fireworks during the game too, when those two teams always get together. I want to talk about, we always talk about college football. We'll talk a little NFL too if we can. Recap the draft. That was a great draft. And college football, you see this trend that's following it, the NIL, that's just a huge topic of discussion right now, causing a lot of controversy, a lot of money being thrown around to college football players these days, accusations of teams tampering with other people's programs, the NCAA trying to, reel it all in. They're unsuccessfully doing so. And we're going to have our thoughts on the NIL, what's happening in college football, specifically what's happening in state, and, what's happening with Auburn ever since this past winter when it looked like that the world was ending with Auburn football. Auburn's been up underneath a radar. They've been up underneath a rock, and that's probably a good place for them to be right now, hiding out. and no stink bag's going to get Coach Harsin out there commenting, and that's probably by design, and it's a good thing. Auburn football start, we always, this is a good weekend to get in and start talking a little bit about football, start priming that pump, because it's the region's senior golf tournament up in Birmingham. A lot of celebrities, Charles Barkley, Bo Jackson, Nick Saban, Brian Harsin, Nate Oates, that guy. I've got comments about some of his comments lately. A lot of local celebrities, a lot of big names in football and in sports get down there and play in the Pro-Am on Wednesday. And there's been some comments that have come out of Birmingham this weekend that we're going to need to discuss. So the regions is a good time to kind of get in. It's just a small primer for what's coming later on in the football season. Auburn basketball, always in the news now because of Bruce Pearl. Thank you, Coach Pearl. We're in good hands. Missing out on a big-time recruit yesterday who decided, someone actually who, I guess he was a recruit. He'd committed to LSU. They're in free fall down there in Baton Rouge with their basketball program. Half their people are leaving, if not more, because of what's going on with the Will Wade NCAA investigation. They're going to pop LSU. It's coming. And Julian Phillips decides to commit to the University of Tennessee over Auburn. Big-time player that Auburn missed out on. Auburn still has one scholarship going into the basketball season. But is anybody really worried about Auburn basketball right now? We miss out on a recruit. Who are we going to get them now? It used to be if you missed out on a basketball recruit, it was game over for the entire season. We'll be fine. But that is a significant loss. That would have been that guy coming in. That's probably a lottery pick next year, and you're right back to where you were with Jabari Smith. I think Auburn will be fine and probably lock down another name or two in the transfer portal. I don't know who those people are. That's why we pay Bruce Pearl big money to go out there and get his players. We are also today looking, normally on Fridays, we have Charlie Cox from Fairway Auto Brokers come in and give us their biggest hot deal. He is out of town today, and we're looking for a good friend, Connor Branch, over there at Fairway Auto Brokers, lot number 2. Going to try and get him on the horn. Connor's just a great dude. Highly recommend him. The whole staff over there is awesome. They do a great job, but looking for Connor. Connor's a heck of a golf partner to have too. Somehow when Connor and I end up on the same team in these little local circuit golf matches, things just magical things seem to happen. So if he can do that with Uncle T-Bone on the golf course, just think about what kind of deal he can do for you over there at Fairway Auto Brokers. We're going to try and track Connor down, and we also got a little special surprise here. We like to kind of throw a curveball at you every once in a while. This is a non-traditional show. This is called Radio Free Auburn. If you've got my number, we don't give the number out anymore because Bammers put it on the dark web. And I started getting solicitations from like North Korea and stuff for credit card information. But if you have my number, feel free to text or call. We'd love to have you. It's 334. Not going to give that number out, but we like to throw a curveball every once in a while. We love to promote people locally. And we do it for free because that's the kind of people we are, right? Because this is a non-traditional type show, and I think it makes other people in traditional type shows uncomfortable. That's all right. Maybe they need to be uncomfortable. This isn't the type show where it's always like, man, it's Randy from Calera called in, first time caller, long time listener. That's not what type of show this is, but feel free if you've got my number. I give it out to folks who I want to call in. And if you don't like that, and you don't have my number, and you don't want, and it makes you uncomfortable that you can't call me, start your own Radio Free Auburn. Please go for it. The more the merrier is what I say. But somebody, I'm not going to name you, somebody has sent me this. Okay, I get a lot of weird things sent to me. Keep it coming, because variety's the spice of life, baby, and T-Bone's all about LIVIN, living. Let's go, Friday. But somebody has sent me this thing right here. It's called, can you see it? Can you see Uncle Keith's Red Sauce? Okay, in my real job, people know that I'm in the food business. I'm not a foodie. I'm just a regular old worker, but I enjoy food. Okay, you can send me food. Send me Bloody Mary mix next. But somebody has sent me this Uncle Keith's red sauce. Full disclosure, I have not had it yet. I've seen it popping up in these stores, and someone said, "Hey, Uncle T, hey man, I think you're going to like this stuff." Right? Right? Uncle Keith's red sauce. So we're going to do a live tasting, chips and salsa with coffee, highly caffeinated, this morning around 6:30, and I'm going to tell you what I think. Because you know I'm going to tell you what I think. Uncle Keith's red sauce. Check that out. That's a nice label. That's a good-looking product. Now, I deal with bottled foods, canned foods a good bit. I'm always up for a new tasting. It says Southern style salsa, Alabama born since 2020. And old boy started something. It got born in COVID. It must be pretty good, man. I'm gonna try this out at about 6:30. Tell you what I think. I'm gonna try and track down this guy one day, this Keith, that has Uncle Keith's red sauce. Get him on air, get his story. But we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna try this. We like doing different things here on Fridays, especially. Brought to you by Fairway Auto Brokers, Radio Free Auburn, and the Comm Source Data Studios. Before I take my first break, that's our intro, by the way. That's what's going on. Auburn baseball, Regions Golf Tournament, tampering in college football, shocker with the NIL, and Auburn basketball. Sounds like a pretty good Friday morning for yours truly and all of us. Before we go any further, though, and I get a reload on this coffee, speaking of Fairway Auto Brokers, my friend Charlie Cox is out of town. One of Terrace Acres' finest, class of 1995 Auburn High School, Charlie Cox, and a local legend on the local golf circuit. This past Saturday, I had the honor of attending the funeral of Charlie Cox's father, Frank Cox, longtime equipment manager and absolute stud and legend in the Auburn family. And it was a sad time. It brought back a lot of memories in my life growing up over there in that same neighborhood of Mr. Frank and Little League and Charlie and all the wonderful things we got into as children. It also brought up a lot of memories of my father, who passed away back in 2007, one Willie T. But it was an amazing service. And I can tell you that I didn't know a whole lot about how Mr. Frank passed away, but I'm sure he went out how he came in, like a damn man. And our thoughts, our prayers, and our love, and I know it's not just from me, but from the Auburn community, go out to the Cox family for their loss. The Auburn family is worse off since Mr. Frank passed away. God bless you, Charlie. Enjoy your trip this week, and to you and your entire family, to Miss Anita and your brother and sister that I've known just about my whole life. We love you, and God bless you. So here we are once again on it. Today's not the 13th, is it? Okay. Oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. Uncle Keith's red sauce, Fairway Auto Brokers, Uncle T. We're going to play some free radio jingles at the break and go get some coffee. We'll be right back. This is Radio Free Auburn, brought to you every Friday by Fairway Auto Brokers, Opelika, Alabama.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to our website. We got loads of news and gossip for your day. First, music.com.
Flew around.
Hey, what's happening? This your little homie Plies, man.
Hey, yo, what's poppin', man? It's your boy Bow Weezy, man. Check it out.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Let's go. This is your radio, your station.
All right, enough of that. We're back. Yep, I got a bowl. I got some tortilla chips. We will be having a live tasting at Radio Free Auburn for Uncle Keith's Red Sauce this morning. Let's see who's in here. Golly. Every Friday brought to you by our good friends at Fairway Auto Brokers. That's Radio Free Auburn, Comm Source Data Studio, and a living legend has just got in this morning in the comments section. Old brother, man. What up, T-Bone from Columbia, Missouri? What's up there? I almost said Mississippi. What's up, brother, man? I know the brother, man. Rama Jamma Yellow Hammer. The brother, man, don't like Alabama. You coming to town this weekend for the baseball game, my friend? You're going to go out to the K corner and let's bring these Tigers. Oh, that's right. There is no more K corner. There is no more K corner. Can you believe that? Can you believe that over there at Plainsman Park? There is no more K corner. What's up with that? That's ridiculous. I mean, I watch college baseball on TV. I mean, this time of year, too, it's much-watched television. And in a lot of these stadiums, I don't know, like over there at Mississippi State, their outfield is fabulous. Now, I think there's people over there drinking cold snacks and watching baseball. When I go over to the park, whether it be Plainsman Park, or whether it be over there at, SunTrust, Truist Stadium in Atlanta, or I've been out to Old Candlestick Park when I was younger. You know what I like to do? I like to get a hot dog. I like to get some peanuts, and I like to get a tasty cold snack and sit there and marinate and watch some good baseball. No more shrimp boils, no more crawfish boils, no more brother man with the megaphone pulling the Tigers home. No more ribs being cooked. No more sending down, plates to the opposing team's bullpen, Auburn. No more K corner. That don't pass the T-bone smell test right there. I'd think about maybe bringing that back. Maybe redoing that stadium a little bit. Plainsman Park, when it was built, was probably one of the top 5 facilities in the country. Just like Jordan Hare probably was when they added that second upper deck in 1987. About 1988, Jordan Hare was one of the top 5 stadiums in the country in college football fact. Might want to think about upgrading that. But I think the first thing I would do if I was Auburn baseball would bring back the K corner. Okay? I mean, you're talking about some of the most loyal Auburn fans and what I like to call an Auburn man. That includes women too. Out there. Those people are out there every single night. Tuesday night, Alabama State. Wednesday night, Southeast Missouri. The weekend series, Ole Miss, letting it rip. War Eagle, let's bring back that K corner. But tonight, Auburn host Alabama. Little Iron Bowl on the diamond. And like Auburn basketball, Auburn baseball is in very good hands with Butch Thompson, ranked currently about number 20th in the country. And that ought to be an excellent series. I'll be watching it on TV because there's no more K corner. I used to like to go down there and see my old friends from high school, Crew and Stump, Kilpatrick, Big Yummy, and you name them, man. That was a good time, dude. I miss the K corner. I always had a friend in the K corner, man. It was like going to Cheers, right? You may not be down there for a while, but when you show up, everybody was going to know your name. Let's get that K corner back and let's make it even better, Auburn. How about that on a Friday morning? Auburn baseball, a huge series. Now listen, the Regions golf tournaments this weekend up in Birmingham, that's always a good time. They have a gigantic pro-am every year up there, and a lot of celebrities playing it, including Nick Saban and Charles Barkley and Bo Jackson. And when those type people are around, news is made. The big news in college football right now is NIL and tampering. The NIL name, image, and likeness in college football, I don't know much about it. I really don't want to know much about it because college football's kind of financially left the Uncle T-Bone network. And I also don't like really going out in big crowds anymore. And that's just what kind of guy I am. I'll just stay in this Comm Source Data Studio and hang out and talk about it with all my friends worldwide at Radio Free Auburn. I like to sit on my couch because I'm becoming a senior citizen, and I don't like to fight those crowds. More importantly, though, over the years, from playing golf and playing yard football and playing rocker Bruce and doing about 100 other things like yard work and working for a living, my body is not what it used to be. The mind still thinks I'm 18, but the body is saying you're 47. And walking up and down those steps at Jordan-Hare Stadium, I know I sound like a pansy. Wears my back out for a week or two. Not to mention, for some reason at football games, it feels like it's 9,000 degrees now. And you can't go over to Bojangles or KFC, pick you up a bucket of fried, pack you a cooler of cold snacks, pop over the curb right in front of the stadium and start letting it rip and partying. That's how it used to be. Now you got to invest in some type of white tent. Okay, it's just not the same. I still love it, but it's just not the same. But nothing stays the same. Nothing stays gold, pony boy. So I like to stay over there at the house and grill on my like 3,000-inch television that they make these days, and it feels like I'm just right there, and I can watch every game and chill out and talk to my friends on the phone because I'll have phone service here. That being said, I don't know much. I'm not as involved in all that as I used to be and don't want to be. So the NIL, I don't really know a whole lot about other than from a common sense fan perspective. And that's where this show comes from. We're fans. We're not professionals by any means. That's blatantly obvious. Basically, you can pay college athletes legally to play a sport at your school now. And by legally, I mean within the guidelines of the NCAA. It used to be you had to get somebody on the horn who had to get somebody on the horn who had to get a bag full of cash, aka the bag man. You had to go over there and talk to mama and grandmama, maybe show up with a brand new blue Maxima down in Pensacola, Florida on 1988 and see if you can't get the number one running back in the country to come to your school instead of going to Auburn, and vice versa. No name. I'm not going to say any names. Played for Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, that is, not Oklahoma State. So it used to be, it was real shady, and they were going to clean all that up. And these guys, these players, they're really, they're struggling. They come from rough neighborhoods, and they ought to be getting some, they ought to be able to get dip their beak in the water a little bit, right? They ought to be able to put that toe in the water a little bit and get a little cheese back legally. And I agree with it because there's so much cash now in college athletics. There's way more than enough to go around. I mean, what's like the NCAA basketball deal worth with CBS Sports? $1 billion? I mean, how many people watch that thing? It's raining money in college athletics these days. Has been for quite some time. It's not right, but 85,000 people don't show up at Jordan-Hare Stadium to watch a chemistry exam. They're out there to watch a football team try and rip the heads off another football team. That's just the world we live in. It's not right. I'm not saying it is, but it is, in the famous words of Nick Saban, what it is. It's raining money. And I do think that the players and the participants who really aren't getting their value, there's a value in the college education they receive for participating in this, but any regular college student truly has the opportunity to go work also and get paid, whether it be at a pizza shop in downtown Auburn slinging dough, or working weekends on a construction crew or whatever, you can earn extra cash. When I was in college, I worked all the time, and I worked some jobs that I don't really want to work again, but I made some extra cheese. College football players these days and how important it is and the schedules they're on, they don't have time to, I mean, you know how much film they're watching, always working out, always, at practice. And yeah, they get that college education paid for, but they're still scraping by, a lot of folks. And so, historically, you can induce players also to come to your school, SMU, by paying them huge sums of money or buying them a brand new Trans Am. So the NIL is supposed to put all name, image, likeness. These kids, man, they're putting, they're out there, they're the show. I'm out there to see Tank Bigsby. They ought to get paid for it. I think they should. So then NCAA kind of loosened their grip on this a while back, and now, it's out of control. Shocker. Shocking. The latest thing that's kind of sparked it more than anything is Pitt Panther, University of Pittsburgh receiver Jordan Addison, a heck of a ball player, leaving Pittsburgh. And this is another thing that's popped up in college football. You can just leave. It used to be you had to sit out a year if you transfer. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to play somewhere else. Goodbye, free country. Is this Russia? No, this isn't Russia. Fletch. So Jordan Addison decides, hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to the University of Southern California. And the rumors are he's got a $3 million name, image, likeness deal from Southern Cal folks out there, from businesses out there, from groups out there, God knows from who out there. And that's why he's leaving Pittsburgh. And can you blame him? I mean, could you imagine being 20, 21 years old and playing college football and someone coming to you and say, hey man, you can't go to the NFL yet. And that might be a segue here shortly. You can't go to the NFL yet because there's rules. You got to be like out of high school for 3 years or so to go to the NFL. So why don't you come to our school and represent, I don't know, Pasadena, Ford, and Kia, and we'll pay you $3 million next year to do it. Sign me up. Uncle T is in. I'm out of here. So, I mean, can you blame the kid? Can you blame teams with all this money on the line for trying to get the top talent to make their team one of the most nationally relevant teams and bring in even more money and money, baby? That's what it's all about. College football. The pageantry. The tradition. The hundreds of millions of dollars. It's nice to go over there and listen to War Eagle and watch the band come in and go to Tiger Walk and get misty-eyed and start thinking about how back in the day I'd watch football all day and then go to the supper club all night and wake up on 5:30, roll home at 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday. Miss church again, unfortunately. Please forgive me. And just feel like teetotal, Sunday morning until I went and got that Montgomery advertiser and opened it up. Auburn 24, Georgia 23. And I was back. It's all about the money, folks. NIL, you're not reining this in, NCAA. Now they want to try and rein it in because it's out of control. That's my Joe Biden voice. It's the NIL. It's out of control. That guy, oh my gosh, don't even get me started on him. Why does he whisper all the time like a maniac? Oh my gosh, the NIL, man. College football, hundreds of millions of dollars, trending towards $1 billion industry, and now it's out of control. You're not putting the toothpaste back in that tube, guys. It's over. It's over. That's that's too much money on the line. I can tell you that. So Jordan Addison leaving Pitt. Now it's got everybody spooked. You can go to SI.com. You can go to ESPN.com. You can go anywhere. CBSSports.com. They're all great references. And just and Google that or whatever search engine you use, Jordan Addison 3 million, and you'll start seeing coaches from like Wake Forest, Dave Clawson, who's heads of committee, just freaking out. Freaking out. Is he freaking out because that guy's getting paid more than him now? Probably. That's probably why he's really, well, this guy is a receiver and he's getting $3 million and I run a major football program. I should be getting 10. You know how people are with their egos. Hey, Dave, the 32,000 fans over at Wake Forest Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina aren't there to see you. They're there to see the Jordan Addisons of the world. Score touchdowns. You're just a conduit to that. I think that's probably one of the things, I think we just might have stumbled across something here. That's probably one of the things that has these coaches so upset about it more than anything is that they all have lost control in a way of their programs. Nick Saban, a control freak, let's be honest, and deservingly so, losing 18 players to the transfer portal this past offseason from the championship game until now. That's 18 bodies he's recruited, he's mentored, he's coached, he's pushed. Over the years, I'm out. See you overnight. Goodbye. Do you think he likes that? Heck no, he doesn't like it. But you know what? This is a free country. Sorry, Nick. And secondly, he doesn't have to worry about it yet. But that's one of the reasons why a coach like him is not in the NFL. When players are making more than the head coach, how are you going to tell them what to do? You can't. You can't tell them what to do. If I'm the number one recruit in the country, and let's just say Ohio State University, I'm just picking them out of a bag, but they could afford it, puts together an NIL deal for me for $10 million a year to come be the number one quarterback, 5-star, can't miss prospect in the country. And some assistant coach over there is making $250,000, which we're acting like it's not a lot of money, right? Comes to me and says, hey, son, you need to do X, Y, and Z. What do you think's going to happen? That's really what this is all about now at this point. Control and ego. All right, we said we're going to do it. Radio Free Auburn live taste test. Somebody sent Uncle T-Bone, Uncle Keith's red sauce. I guess because we're both uncles, I don't know. They said they want to taste it, so here, let's do a live tasting. I'll try anything just about once. Let's pop this top. Good Lord. All right. Oh, that's a good sign. When one pops like that, that's a good sign. Ooh, that smells good. If you think that we're kind of crazy for eating chips and salsa at 6:35 in the morning and doing a live taste test and trying, and we're just going to eat this for breakfast, you should have seen us in color back in the day and what we would do. All right, got a nice pour. See, I like this because it's got more of it. It's not so chunky. Sometimes, and look, man, I feel like I'm pretty tough, but sometimes when you eat this salsa and it's real chunky and you kind of look down in there and you see something that kind of looks like a tube, and you're like, I don't know where that is. That did that come from the parking lot out back by the stray cats? You know what I'm saying? This looks good. All right, got some potato chips. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. That's good, y'all. I'm telling you right now, that's good, y'all. That's real good. That's good salsa. Uncle Keith's red sauce. That's 10 out of 10 right here. That gets the T-Bone, Uncle T-Bone stamp of approval. This stuff is excellent. Check this out, man. Someone text me where you can buy this so I can tell everybody. If you got my number, text me. Golly, born out of a date night idea, Uncle Keith's red sauce has been the center of many family gatherings and tailgates. Oh, yeah, that's good. And it's not too hot. That's the original, I believe. I think they have a hot. That's solid right there. Uncle Keith's red sauce. We're just going to keep it on going, man. We're going to keep on going. Woo! On a Friday morning, a little coffee, a little Uncle Keith's red sauce, chips and salsa. Let's go! Man, that's solid. Highly recommend that. Let's try and find his website real quick. Y'all got to check this out. Man, that's some good stuff right there. Oh yeah, he's got a website. UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com. It's good, y'all. That's their phrase. Yep, it is. That's what I said. Couldn't said it better. Uncle Keith's Red Sauce, Southern style salsa, Alabama born, at UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com. It's good, y'all. That is so solid right there. Man, that's going to be in my fridge from now on. I can promise you that. Hell yeah. Woo! A little chips and salsa on Friday morning get you going. Get you going. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Auburn High class of 1993 in this morning. Big Jake Formby. Looks good. What's up, Big Jake? John Grover's in here. Shamrock. Thank God it's Friday. Uncle T. Hey from California. We're nationwide at Radio Free Auburn, Fairway Auto Brokers Friday, Comm Source Data Studios, Uncle Keith's Red Sauce tasting. Let's go. Talking about the NIL and got some more thoughts on that. I've done a little research this morning. There's some articles coming out of the read. Well, this started actually a couple of weeks ago. Louisville football head coach Scott Satterfield lost a receiver to the portal. So when someone transfers, when a player transfers in college football, the best to understand, they put their name in a portal. Okay? And this is something online. Whoever came up with this portal system is probably a billionaire. Probably Elon Musk. Now, don't go out on Twitter saying that Uncle T-Bone said that Elon Musk came up with the portal. But Elon Musk's portal is now active, and this guy Tyler Harrell, wide receiver from Louisville, pretty good player, is in the portal. He's out. I'm leaving. And it's like rumored immediately he's going to Alabama. This did not sit well with Scott Satterfield, the head coach of the University of Louisville, and he's accusing people of tampering with his program. Now, tampering is a no-no in the NCAA and has been for a long time. It'd be like back in the day when Bo Jackson was a freshman at Auburn and everyone all of a sudden could see that he was really good, and the buyer coming down to the plains, and with Chesterfield and going over to Bo's apartment and being like, boy, you need to come back, Tuscaloosa, sorry we missed you, and convincing him to leave Auburn's program and come to Alabama. That's what tampering is, okay? And homeboy Scott Satterfield said that not only Tyler Harrell had most likely been tampered with to leave his program, but that it's happened to a few other people. And he cites the fact that these people go into the portal and the next day they're on another team. And it could be circumstantial, I don't know, but I don't blame them, and I'd be ticked too. And up there, they asked Nick Saban at the Regions tournament about it, and he's like, we don't tamper. I never tampered. We've probably been tampered with, but we don't tamper. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, coach. Like I said, I don't know much about these NIL programs, but from what I can understand, basically anybody can get together by themselves, a business owner, or they can get together with other business owners and they can pool their money, or they're pulling their money into these groups and they're offering up, deals, sponsorships, partnerships with players for money. And the NCAA is trying to accuse everyone of being a booster, which is a no-no, and making everyone comply to some type of rule. I don't even know what the rules are. I don't want to know. Okay, that's for attorneys to figure out. I'm on common sense fan time, and what I'm telling you is that if you don't think that every program tampers, when they identify someone who could fit their needs, in fact, that every program probably doesn't have a small group of not consultants, but I don't know, analysts who are part of identifying players from other teams that possibly could fit into their program next year and make them better, then those programs aren't doing their job. Of course there's tampering going on, Nick. You know, in his defense, I mean, look, he could, in Alabama's defense, has anybody put more wide receivers in the NFL, perhaps other than LSU, in the last 5 years? I don't know. I mean, they're way ahead of the curve up there in Tuscaloosa and always have been. But you're telling me that no one from Alabama, no one associated from Auburn or Alabama or LSU, no one at all has ever talked to another guy about coming to their program in today's NIL multi-million-dollar deal world? I don't believe that. And if you believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Notasulga, Alabama. And from Highway 14, you can see the sea, baby. That's ridiculous. We don't tamper. Okay. And then, you know, Feinbaum comes out the mouth of college football, you know, a few days after the NCAA's thing, and you can check his article out. It was on AL.com. Basically trying to run cover for the big-time teams like Alabama. Look, Alabama, Georgia, and A&M, they don't have to do that kind of stuff. Other people do that. Okay. Everybody in college football that's trying to make it rain cash is got an NIL, got NIL booster set programs. They're out recruiting other people from other teams, and they're making it rain money because college football is all about making it rain money. Fact. Everyone is. Don't believe that. Don't think that your team's above it. And if you do, you know, you're a hypocrite. That's just all there is to it. That's the way we see it, Radio Free Auburn. Let me go get a little bit more coffee because it's obvious I need some. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to whomever sent me this Uncle Keith's red sauce. It's good, y'all. Check it out at UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com. I just got a text from Uncle Keith himself. I don't know how he got my number. And, oh my gosh. All right, so before we go to break, before I go get some more coffee and we wrap this show up, Uncle Keith himself has texted Uncle T-Bone this morning at 3, no, I'm not giving that number out. And he said on Uncle Keith's, check this, this is incredible. We're going to run a promo at Uncle Keith's, at UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com. All right, so keyword on your order, T-Bone, all caps, T-B-O-N-E, for those of you who can't spell. That's T-Bone, UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com. 15% off till May 31st. Get you some, Radio Free Auburn. That's a heck of a deal right there. So, John Grover, you're out in California. Hit that UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com. Go to order now. It's good, y'all. Put in keyword T-Bone, T-B-O-N-E, all caps, get 15% off, get it shipped right to you in California. That's how we do it right here at Radio Free Auburn, trying to lend a helping hand. I'm going to get some more coffee, and we're going to play some free radio jingles. Don't ban me, Facebook. It's royalty-free Friday here at Radio Free Auburn. Let's go.
Let's go. This is your radio. Your station. Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
Hear me now.
Ziba, Bruno, e amor.
Hi, I'm Charlie Puth. Make sure you check out my new single, Attention, on...
Hey Philippines, this is Ed Sheeran. What I love about the Philippines is it's actually my biggest market in the world, weirdly enough. I found this out the other day. Please check out my new song, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill, and I'll see you all soon.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Hey, what's happening? You already know, man. You rocking with the best right now. This your little homie Plies, man. You already know I got to do it with the home team, man.
Hey, what's happening, man? Your #1 certified goon Plies to be exact. Hey, man, it's a beautiful situation to be a part of something that means something to the hip-hop community, homie.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm Bob. I'm Clint. And we're the Moffats.
Hi, this is Rivers.
Hey, it's T-Bone, Radio Free Auburn. There's your jingle right there. Thank you, YouTube. Free radio jingles, various radio IDs, FX. Sweepers, ramps, music, whatever Whatever, this is Radio Free Auburn, and I'm yours truly, class of 1993, Auburn High School, baby Tigers. That's my Joe Biden voice. Uncle T-Bone, get in here. That's right, Radio Free Auburn, Uncle T-Bone. I'm going to have a little bit more of this Uncle Keith's red sauce before we get going and wrap this thing up. That stuff's good. Someone else just texted me while I was on break. You can get that at Parkway Farmers Market over in Opelika. I love that place. That's my friend Mitch over there, and that place is awesome. They sell everything from Wickle pickles to like goat tongue over there. It's amazing. They have some of the best ferns you will ever buy in this area. And let me tell you another thing. That's where I get my Christmas tree every year. Christmas trees, real Christmas trees, cost like $6,000 now. Okay, Uncle Keith. Let's go. That's pretty good. No, I'm sorry. That's excellent. That's a pretty good breakfast, too. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what, when I get done with this, I'm going to take the rest of the sauce and go in there and cook me an omelet and put this Uncle Keith's red sauce in there. Boom! Fairway Auto Brokers Friday. Let's go. So I just got to tell you, you can get this over at Fairway at Parkway Farmers Market in Opelika. Got another text that, hey, Uncle T, love your show. Love you too, brother. Ace Hardware in Auburn. Boom. Uncle Keith's red sauce. Get over there, Auburn, Opelika, and tell them Uncle T-Bone sent you. If you are one of our amazing followers, like my man Shamrock John Grover, California dreaming, baby. You can also go to UncleKeithsRedSauce.com. There it is, UncleKeithsRedSauce.com. It's good, y'all. Promo T-Bone, all caps, T, the letter T, Bone, all caps, 15% off until May 31st. That's so buck. Thank you so much, Uncle Keith. We love it. Looky here, class of 93, Clint Brown, North College Street, NFL in the house. That's a great National Football League. No, sir, that's the Neighborhood Football League. My man Philip Morton always in here. Marlo, what is up? Been watching y'all on your kid play some baseball locally and kicking butt and taking names. It's been fun this Friday morning. Every Friday brought to you by our good friends at Fairway Auto Brokers. Go see Charlie Cox and Connor Branch over there in Opelika. Go online. Go ahead and fill out all your information. It takes like 5 minutes. Put in Summer Car Blitz. That's right. Receive $500 off immediately any internet price. And then right below it, put in the comments section, Uncle T-Bone sent me. So we've been talking a little NIL, college football, Auburn baseball, Butch Thompson. We want to bring back the K Corner. I don't really understand why that's not there anymore. That's just kind of ridiculous to me. Someone actually texted me offline on that, thanking me for bringing that up. A longtime K Corner person, and they miss it. Come on, Auburn. Come on, man. Get people back out there in the K Corner. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. The way I understand it from friends of mine, too, who are loyal K Cornerers, is that, I mean, yeah, they're a little loud, they're a little rowdy, but even opposing teams, dugouts, coaches would come out there and thank them for their hospitality. I mean, that's what we do here at Auburn. Sometimes we get up in your grill, but most of the time we got a rib plate and a cold snack waiting for you afterwards. So let's bring that K Corner back. I'm ready. Regents Golf Tournament going on in Birmingham this weekend. Auburn basketball, unfortunately, missing out on big-time recruit Julian Phillips. Has one more scholarship available. I'm not worried about missing out on anybody. You're in good hands with Bruce Pearl, right? Not Allstate, but with Bruce Pearl. Auburn. Is anybody really worried about Auburn basketball? I mean, they're going to the tournament every year, and for crying out loud, that's about all you can ask about. There were some interesting comments, though, from our counterpart in basketball across the state. One Nate Oates, who I hate to use him as a punching bag around here. I mean, but he's such a blowhard. He's such a blowhard, man. And he's a good coach. Okay, let's not mince words. Nate Oates is a good basketball coach, but God, does he rub people the wrong way. That guy needs to take a little lesson from Bruce Pearl, man. Be a little bit more personable around here. I'm not saying he's not enthusiastic. I didn't say that, and Uncle T's never going to say that Nate Oates is not enthusiastic. I've seen some Alabama fans say that. I've seen some Alabama fans say some really nice things about Nate Oates. But interesting, his comments, Alabama missing out on a few potential transfers. They actually have a couple of people, a couple of scholarships open over there still. And from AL.com, May 11th, Mr. Mike Roddick. Headline, Nate Oates believes potential transfers have been a little scared of Alabama. What? And he goes on in this article. I read this the other day about fell out of my chair laughing. We're trying to use them. A couple guys we've gone after have gotten a little scared of our current roster. We need somebody that's willing to fight for minutes. We got a pretty good roster right now. Are you joking? Dude, y'all had like 5-10 people leave your program. Okay? Now, yeah, granted, Alabama had a solid recruiting class, and I mean, it's top 10, top 5 class. But none of that has panned out yet. Nobody knows who those players are, and are any of those players even on campus yet. And this guy is saying that current solid basketball players in the NCAA, because if they weren't solid, Alabama wouldn't have gone after them as a potential transfer to come into their program and help them. They wouldn't have identified them, dare I say, tamper with them to come to their football program. Nate Oates, but the ones that didn't come, they were just scared. Hold on one second. This is I'm about to rip into you face. If you see me doing this, I'm about to rip into you. Shut up, Nate. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've heard yet. Yeah, the potential transfers are scared to make Alabama's basketball team and get minutes to play. Not Kentucky, not Duke, not Michigan, not UCLA, not Kansas, but at Alabama in basketball, they're afraid to come in and play for us. I think they're a little scared. Don't you? No, I don't. This is why Nate Oates is a blowhard. Okay? Solid basketball coach. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm not questioning that. He wouldn't be the coach at Alabama if he wasn't a good guy, right? Mark Guthrie. Anyway, they're a little scared. Anybody that come to my program is scared. Got you, coach. Thanks. There you go. That's the way to recruit. That's how you recruit there. That's how you recruit in basketball. If you don't come to my program, you're scared. That's gone past negative recruiting, right? Don't go to Auburn, they cheat. Don't go to Georgia, they're terrible. Don't come to our program, you're scared. I mean, are you serious? I'm cracking myself up, Nate. What a joke. That's a joke. That is pathetic. No one's scared of your roster. No one around the nation is scared of your roster, man. You know, your roster's unproven. Hell, half your best players left to try and go to the NBA. Y'all still got 86 from the NCAA tournament lickety split, pal. No one's scared. That is, they're a little scared. Please tell me that that's been taken out of context. Please tell me that that's not quoted in this article. No, it is. We've got a pretty good roster right now. Goes on to say that Alabama landed Ohio guard Mark Sears from the transfer. He's not scared. Mark Sears is not scared. Saw other transfer targets in former West Virginia. Jalen Bridges, Princeton guard Jalen Llewellyn, and former Ohio State guard Jared Lucas commit to other schools. Baylor, Michigan, and Nevada, respectively. Probably all three, well, 2 out of those 3 are definitely better programs than Alabama's ever been in basketball. And Nevada, who knows if they're as good or not. Those guys, Jared Lucas from Oregon State, Jalen Llewellyn from Princeton, and Jalen Bridges from West Virginia, you're scared. They're scared. They're all scared. Everybody's scared. They're scared. They're scared of Alabama basketball. Give me a break, man. That's ridiculous. I know who's not scared. That's Bruce Pearl. That guy's buck. Anyway, whew, check that out at AL.com. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've heard in a long time. Somebody just texted he's the Bill Curry of basketball. I don't know. Man, that Bill Curry had a lot of success at Alabama. They were ranked number 1 once. I guess I don't know. Has Alabama been ranked number 1 under Nate? You're scared Oates. Give me a break, man. We got a lot of Kenan Rose, my man. That's one of our original, 5 people that used to follow this show last fall. Thank you, Kenan, and congrats once again to your Georgia Bulldogs for their national championship win over Alabama. His comment, I will second that the farmer's market is the only place to buy your Christmas tree. That's Parkway Farmer's Market in Opelika. Half the price of Christmas tree lots and twice the quality. Boom! Couldn't agree more. That's how we do it here at Radio Free Auburn. Well, it's been a lot of fun today. We've taste tested Uncle Keith's red sauce. We've talked about Nate Oates saying everyone's scared of his roster. Talked about the word tampering in college football. Keep it. That's going to be a key word right there. Do not go to Uncle Keith's red sauce. It's good, y'all. And do not go to their order and put in keyword tampering. You'll have to pay 15% extra. Go to UncleKeith'sRedSauce.com and put in keyword in the code on your order. T-Bone, all caps. T-Bone, no dash, all caps. Get 15% off until May 31st. That's amazing. Talked about the college football and where it's going. I told you, I'm not out on it. I love it. Never be out on it. That's ridiculous. I hear people say that sometimes. I'm never coming back because of what happened with Brian Harsin. You'll be there August 31st or whenever. You will be here on this show, and you'll be going crazy. And, your team's going to win the national title. You know who you are because that's who we are. That we are fans, and that's what fans do. We got a lot to talk about in the upcoming year. We're going to start easing into this more and more. And then after the 4th of July, right when SEC Media Days hits, we will be all up in this show 3 times a week, we think. So stay tuned. It's been a wonderful show today. Thank you so much for having me. Uncle T-Bone, Wade Bennett, Radio Free Auburn, live from I-85 worldwide on the internet, even probably in North Korea. That's where my phone number went when it went to the dark web, and that's why we don't get the phone number out anymore. Fairway Auto Brokers every Friday, fairwayautobrokers.com. Go see Charlie and Connor over there in Opelika, or go to their website, fill out the information. It takes about 1 to 2 minutes. Make sure you put Summer Car Blitz in the comment section. $500 off immediately, internet price. And make sure you put Uncle T-Bone sent me. This has been Radio Free Auburn, Comm Source Data Studios. Thank you so much for being here. Uncle Keith's Red Sauce, it's good, y'all. It is amazing. And feel free to keep commenting. And anything we want to talk about, don't hesitate to comment on Facebook, and we will address it next show. And we will be back very, very soon. I'm Uncle T-Bone. This is Radio Free Auburn. And have a wonderful weekend. God bless you, and we are out of here.